This is the German Touring Car Masters. And this is the defending champion, Bernd Schneider, getting ready to qualify here at the Sachsenring, the fourth race weekend in the German Touring Car Masters. He would qualify his best of the season, third.
The strategy for tomorrow is taking two and let nobody pass. It sounds very simple, but that is the strategy.
And for this man, the strategy is make up for last race weekend in Donington. Alain Menu from Switzerland qualified second. His best qualifying in the series. Now he's got to see if he can put it in practice in the race.
Well, no, I have to think about it, but obviously starting from the front row, I mean, it's very good for Opel, it's good for me and the team. It will depend on the start. If I can get a good start and lead the race, then I think I can win it. The problem is when you're in second place on that circuit, it's hard to overtake, and obviously the Audi and Laurent are very fast, so I don't know, but it will be interesting. I mean, I look forward to tomorrow.
And so does this man, Laurent Aiello from France. He's become the new dominator in the German Touring Car Masters. He and his Audi have been dominating the circuit. He had a bad race weekend in Donington, but here at the Sachsenring, he is on the pole. Recorded a speed of 104.383 miles an hour. The pole position, another chance to add to his points lead, which he already has a good cushion over Jean Alesi. But now, it's the Sachsenring, a tough course in Germany.
Tomorrow, you know, I mean, the last race for us was a nightmare. So tomorrow, what I want to do is to score points, first of all. Starting from the pole position is always better than starting from 17, like in Donington. So for me, the target is just to score points and as many points as possible.
And so there they are, the top three in qualifying here at the Sachsenring. The Sachsenring. When you come to this area to see something other than racing, you should visit the birthplace of the author Karl May. He is a German legend. But the Sachsenring is gaining its own legendary status. Fans have sold out the track, 59,000 of them coming for the racing here at the Sachsenring today. It's the third time the German Touring Car Masters have been here. The track's celebrating its 75th anniversary, built back in 1927. Started out with motorcycles and then has moved on to cars. When the first German Touring Car Masters was here, the track had one configuration, but now it has changed and it becomes very, very fast. In fact, the back section, the downhill course is 159 miles an hour. About a 12% drop there. It's a tremendous course, and it promises to be some great action today. There you get a good look at it. It is actually 2.3 miles long. They'll be running two races here. The qualifying race, 9 laps. The main race will be 28 laps. It's an up and downhill course. It is a difficult course to pass. And because of its up and downhill, instead of the drivers walking around the fans in the beginning, this time they get a truck ride. Makes it a lot easier. But after you watch the course, you'll see why it's a truck ride instead of a walking tour for the fans. But that's all part of the fun of the German Touring Car Masters. The drivers not only on a truck, but they're also available. There are autograph sessions, and the fans certainly know how to cheer them on. Marcel Fessler on the left there, looking out at the fans. Manuel Reuter, Jochen Winkelhock. All the drivers making themselves available to the fans. A chance for everyone to see everyone. Michel Bartels on the right side, Uwe Alsen in the middle. An Opel, the Mercedes driver. But then it's time to start getting serious. The cars are on the track, 21 of them, ready to go, 8 laps of racing. This is going to be the 4th race weekend of the season. It could be a pivotal race for this man right here, Bernd Schneider. He has had a very slow start this season, but he has qualified third. He has been very consistent. He is in the top 5 of the points race. So for Bernd Schneider, starting in the second row, this is a very important day. But for Laurent Aiello, a good start here in the qualifying race, which sets up the field for the main race, will mean he can add to his point lead. And that's very important to him coming in here. He's sitting on an 8-point lead coming in over Jean Alesi. Bernd Schneider, though, is the defending champion. In fact, the 2-time champion. He will get into his Mercedes Mercedes looking to come back after a very disappointing start this season. It has not been their day, but they have been working at it. The question is going to be, have they been working at enough to come back? Carl Wendlinger, also one of his better qualifying efforts in the Audi. He's looking for a good start. He's a rookie actually in the series, a veteran of racing, but he's a rookie in touring cars. This is one of the strongest rookies in the field. Tomczyk, he has been very, very good in qualifying races, has not yet finished a major feature. Jochen Winkelhock, he's had a disappointing year and a half when it comes to Opel. He wants to come back. And Christian Abt, the owner and a driver from Abt Sportsline, they build the Audis that'll be racing here today at the Sachsenring. Another of the young drivers from Sweden, Mattias Ekström. And the fans, as we said, sold out. 59,000 of them. Aiello is on the right. Meunier is on the left. We're underway. In the middle, that is Bernd Schneider trying to move forward. He can't get there. He's looking for racing room. It isn't there. Who's going to lead into the corner? Meunier beats Aiello, and Schneider is third, and we have a couple of cars going off. Teammates, that is Wendlinger going off. And also spinning is Manuel Reuter. Reuter, who has had a tough time at Donington, is having a tough start here at the Sachsenring. We go down into the lower section of the course. Back uphill again. And Aiello is taking the lead back from Meunier. You're riding with Bernd Mailander back in the pack. But look at Aiello. What a great start. It looked like he was going to lose the lead to Meunier, but he got it back, and he's also starting to pad his lead already. The drivers sorting out their cars here in the lower section of the course. They make a left-hander, go uphill, and then they'll go into the fastest section of the course, a downhill section. They'll turn here. They'll make a short chicane, and then it's downhill. They'll get up to speeds of over 159 miles an hour on this downhill segment. It's a bumpy section at the bottom. You can see all the brake marks. There's a left-hand turn, a short straight, and then they head back uphill again toward the start-finish line. And Laurent Aiello is in front. Meunier is second. Bernd Schneider is running in third position as the cars continue to sort themselves out. Over the finish line for the start-finish line on the first lap, and Laurent Aiello absolutely dominating already after the first lap. And Meunier keeping the Opel flag high. Schneider with Mercedes. The first time this season that all three makes were in the top three positions. Tomczyk running in fourth position. Winkelhock for the Audis, for the Opels rather. Tomczyk in the Audi. And so it's a good build. It's a good start. And we're underway here at the Sachsenring in the qualifying race. But Laurent Aiello has proven that his car has been set up perfectly for this course. It is not an easy course. It is a difficult course to pass on. There are only a couple of places where you really can take a chance to do it, but you've got to take a chance because of the way the course is laid out. It is a very challenging course for the drivers. One person has had a tremendously difficult time was Jean Alesi from France. It's the first time he's raced here. After a great performance in Donington, he has had some problems trying to figure this one out. And there you take a look at Winkelhock in that red Opel running in fourth position. He has replaced Tomczyk. Winkelhock doing a great job coming back after what would be considered a very difficult year. So there are your top 4 or 5 cars. Olivier in the Opel is right behind Tomczyk, or at least he was. The glare of the sun here is difficult to see. There he is. He still is. And behind him is Christian Abt. The object, of course, for the drivers in the back is to try to improve their position in this race so that they can have a better starting position in the main race. Meanwhile, the cars in the top 5 continue to push just to keep their positions and get ready for the feature race. But what a tremendous start here. Last year, it was Bernd Schneider who dominated here. He started in 20th position in the qualifying race, and by the end of it, he had won the feature. Unbelievable 2-race segment here at the Sachsenring. In the first year of racing, it was Klaus Ludwig in the Mercedes that won. There you see Scheider moving up a position. Timo Scheider, heading up over the hill, has moved up a slot. Another of the young stars developing here in the German Touring Car Masters. But this is one of the veterans coming through. And everyone kind of has to smile about Jochen Winkelhock. He had a very he's in that red Opel. He had a very disappointing year last year. Everything that went wrong could go wrong, and this year he's had the same kind of problems with a horrendous crash at Donington. And as he said at Donington, somewhere this streak has got to end. Maybe it's going to be here at the Sachsenring. Very popular driver with the fans, but he certainly has had his share of problems since moving over from BMW to the Opels 2 years ago. Bernd Schneider, the defending champion, certainly having his share of problems. And Carl Wendlinger has come into the pits. He has some problems. Let's see if they're going to work on the car to get it ready. Oddly enough, he had set the fastest lap here in the qualifying race, and now he's getting out. So they'll get the car ready for the second main race of the day. Of course, they'll start way back in the pack. Tom Checker, the rookie, running in 4th position. Timo Scheider, another of the young rookies, running in 7th position. So you have the veterans against the young driver situation here, which is a beautiful example of racing in the German Touring Car Masters. Some of the best young talent in Germany and Europe is here, along with some of the top veterans. It's some of the best touring car racing in Europe. And certainly when the fans turning out sold out, they seem to agree. Olivier is looking for his best finish. He has not had that great a season either, and now it looks like he is running very strong here, back in 6th position. He has not finished in the top 10 in a qualifying race at all this season. He's looking for his best finish. And Menu, well, he's also looking for a better finish. He had a 6th at Donington, and then had problems in the feature race. But he certainly would like to improve that here in the qualifying race and see if he can't get a good finish in the feature, maybe even a victory. But right now in his rearview mirror is Bernd Schneider in the Mercedes, the defending champion, 2-time champion actually, coming down the hill toward that left-hander. Back in the pack, you can see some of the problems going on. Really tight racing as they go through. There is Jean Alesi, the former Formula One driver, certainly had his difficult time getting his car set up for this track. Here with Marcel Fessler from Switzerland. This young driver has been doing extremely well throughout the time he's been with Mercedes. This he'd hoped would be his year to really push to see what happens, but so far, as far as the feature races is concerned, he's at a 6th, a 10th, a 4th, and now he's running back in the pack just a little bit. But Mercedes had a very difficult time here in qualifying. Schneider did qualify 3rd, but after that, Mercedes didn't qualify until further down in the pack. In fact, the whole last group of cars qualifying were there. And the checker flag falls for Laurent Aiello. He wins the qualifying race here at the Sachsenring in the German Touring Car Masters. It's the second time this season that Aiello has won a qualifying race, the other being in Zolder, Belgium. In Donington, he didn't want to talk about it, but he finished 18th after a miserable time. So here he is, Laurent Aiello, the points leader, picks up 3 points, add to his total here at the Sachsenring. Tom Check, a fine young driver in his second year in the series, finishing 4th position. And look at that, down the pack though, some of the top drivers. Alson, Bartels down just a little bit away. Peter Dumbrek also down there away. Jean Alesi finishing in 16th position. Manuel Reuter, the top man for Opel, coming in 18th. This is the man who has dominated qualifying. And now the cars get ready for the main race of the day. Teams go to work to see if they can't get things straightened out. Those that finished well, they're going to be doing one thing. Others, something else. This is the home track for Mercedes driver Thomas Jaeger. He started racing in karts in 1990. He won a number of those events. Then he went to Formula 3. His touring career started in 2000. He drives for Team Original Tyler Mercedes, the original parts team. Britta Eschert caught up with him.
Hello, Thomas Jäger. What accounts for the special atmosphere here at the Sachsenring?
First of all, it's the circuit, because it's very exciting to drive here. It's going up and downhill, especially lots of fast corners, and that gives me a special feeling. But also the people, the visitors and spectators, Well, they're really good here because we have lots of people here and they're asking for autographs and so on. And because I was born close to here, it's a special weekend for me.
Does the fact that you are driving here in your own country makes this race special to you?
Well, as I told, it's lots of people, lots of friends, and also my family is here, and that's why I want to give all, and hopefully there will be a good result this weekend.
What do you think your chances are here at the Sachsenring?
Well, unfortunately our car here is not as competitive as it was in Donington, but we're changing a lot on the car, trying different things on the setup, and maybe we'll get a good result, but it will be quite difficult.
Good luck, Thomas Jäger, and thank you.
Thank you.
So the teams continue to work on the cars, getting ready for the main feature here at the Sachsenring. One of the drivers who, of course, is looking to the second race and has not finished one of those is Martin Tomczyk. Tomczyk is looking to improve on that figure.
Ja, wir haben zwischen Donington und Sachsenring habe ich Starts geübt und das hat sich richtig ausgezahlt. Der Start war sensationell. Ich hoffe, dass ich so einen im Hauptrennen wiederholen kann und dann schauen wir mal, wie es weitergeht.
So here we are ready to go. In the main race of the day, here at the Sachsenring over the 2.3-mile hilly circuit. Leading off on this 28-lap event, Laurent Aiello and Alain Milieu. That's your front row. Then Bernd Schneider and Martin Tomczyk back in your second row. So Schneider right there looking to see if he can pick up some points. Winkelhock looking for a better finish than he's had all season long. Yves Olivier also looking to improve on his season so far. Timo Scheider has been very, very consistent running in the top 5 throughout the season. Then you have Fessler, Bartels, Uwe Alsen, and Peter Dumbreck. Alsen has not had a great start this season for Mercedes. He's certainly looking to move up in the field. He's one of the type of drivers who can, although he's had some problems with the car, and we're told he may be starting from pit lane here in the Sachsenring. There you see Thomas Jäger starting toward the middle to the back of the field. Stefan Mück, a rookie this year. Manuel Reuter, the veteran, certainly had the spin there in the first race, has got some problems. Karl Wendlinger is in the last position, but it is sure that Alsen will be starting from the pit lane. Here we go. We're underway on the right. This time, Laurent Aiello gets a better start. Milieu is inside. Schneider is inside him. Let's see where Winkelhock cuts in. Winkelhock cuts in with his red Opel into the 4th position. Bumping going on, but not anywhere near a spin that we saw in the first qualifying race. Down the hill it goes as the cars sort themselves out. A little bit of bumping there coming down the hill. And the car is going off a little bit, and it looks like Yves Olivier is one of those who has been moved back in the pack. This is Huisman, Patrick Huisman from the Netherlands going off the course, coming back on. So he's off to a rather poor start. And there was, it looked like, Manuel Reuter having problems. So some of the Opels having their share of difficulty. As the field continues to sort it out, there goes Aiello. He's also got a big lead already heading down the hill. Milieu, then comes Bernd Schneider. Then is Winkelhock and Timo Scheider with a great start right behind him. And then comes Michel Bartels, the teammate of Timo Scheider, behind him. Then come a pair of Audis. Where the top Audi right now is out in front. Laurent Aiello as he heads out of your screen. Alain Milieu sitting in second position. He had a great start at Donington, had a great chance at Donington, but then had problems and lost it. So he's hoping that things will change for him here at the Sachsenring. Down the hill they go from the start-finish line. A short bending area, and then they go back uphill again. Here they come up the hill. They make a left-hand turn and go right back down again. And there's a straight at the bottom of this hill, which will lead them back uphill again. You can see some of the fans here, 59,000 sold out at the Sachsenring for the German Touring Car Masters. Laurent Aiello continues to roll here. He is out in front. Aiello won the feature race at Hockenheim, won the feature race at Zolder. Had a very bad day, finishing 13th at Donington. Here in the 4th race weekend, he is out in front once again. And those yellow Audis, the pair running in the back there, that is Tomczyk and the boss, Christian Abt, and the boss is getting by. There you see some of that bumping against Olivier. They go off. They tied up a little bit. So Yves had a problem, and one of the cars spun in the back during all of that. Marcel Fessler gives you another view of some of the bumping going on here in the back as the cars sort themselves out. Nobody gives anything. Everybody wants to move up as best they can. And that was that spin we saw a little while ago, which was a part of the Yves Olivier spin. And the car is going into the pits. They're going to get checked after the spins. My goodness. On the track, still no change, except that Bernd Schneider now is really putting pressure on Alain Menu. Schneider in that gray and red Mercedes. Look at that, right up on the back bumper of Menu. The Swiss driver, 38 years old. A lot of touring car experience, including a championship in England. This is Thomas Jaeger coming back out. You see what happened to him here. He went into the pits. You get another look of it. He went in and changed tires is what he did, but he's still going to have to make a mandatory pit stop because they only can do that between specific laps. There's a mandatory pit stop for all cars to change tires. But it's a little ways to go yet before that's going to be able to be done. Meanwhile, Laurent Aiello just continues to pull away. Look at that, 3.5 ahead of Menu, and look how close they remain. Schneider is right there, and now Jochen Winkelhock is right up behind Bernd Schneider. And this is Mücke. Looks like his race day is over. There's your battle for second, third, fourth, fifth was in that black and red Mercedes is Timo Scheider. Here they come. Menu has a little bit of breathing room. Stefan Mücke's car has been parked in the garage. Looks like his race day is over. Not been a good day in the first lap for a number of drivers, including Stefan Mücke.
In der ersten Runde gab es viele Unfälle. Ich war hinterm Jean gewesen. Vor ihm hat sich einer gedreht. Er musste eine Vollbremse machen. Ich hatte leider keine Chance auszuweichen. Bin ihm hinten reingefahren. Dadurch ist mein Wasserkühler kaputt gegangen und so muss ich leider aufgeben.
Meanwhile, the battle continues in that second, third, fourth, fifth ranks. Look at the difference here. Laurent Aiello in his Audi just continues to roll, but then there's the battle. Menu, Scheider, Schneider, Winkelhock, Scheider, and then Bartels. After the long straight, the lower segment, the left-hander uphill toward the start-finish line. And once again, Bernd Schneider pulls up behind Menu. This is one of the better passing points if they can do it. It's not going to happen here. The right-hander brings them down the hill again as Laurent Aiello just continues to roll. What a great race he has. He's been very true to the Audi team. They had a whole bunch of problems in the years prior to this, and then all of a sudden this year it's paying off. He's worked hard in the testing. He's also been very loyal to them, and now he's bringing home the bacon. There's Menu, Schneider, Winkelhock, Scheider, Bartels. An Opel, the Mercedes, an Opel, an Opel, an Opel. Opel has also had its problems coming in, but right now they're right up there in the top 5. And for Winkelhock, it's got to be a great day. He has had just some terrible times, and to be sitting that far front, that's really great for him. He was 10th in the first race, 17th in the second race, and he didn't even start the main race at Donington after the crash in the qualifying. So just to be running up this far up in front for him is a tremendous step forward for the Opel team. And for his psychological approach to the series. Boy, he's had his share of problems. Here comes Schneider on the outside of Menu. Oh, they bumped going through, and nothing happened. Everybody's okay, as long as they didn't shove any metal against the tires. Bernd Schneider wanted to see if he could do it, but Menu wouldn't let him through. Winkelhock sitting back and watching it all right behind him in that red Opel. So Bernd Schneider wants to go after Laurent Aiello. They do have pit stops coming up. But Schneider would like to get some racing room and try to see if he can make up some time. Take another look at it. He wanted to go to the outside on the right-hander. Menu had the line, pulls the line, and then they come out and bump. Everybody seemed to come out of it all right, but it certainly was a little bit of a scary moment there. This is where the action is in the German Touring Car Masters, 4th race weekend of the series here at the Sachsenring. I'm Milt Fitzwater. Hope you enjoy the racing on this very sunny day at the Sachsenring. Excellent conditions for racing. And for Laurent Aiello, they don't seem to be any better than that. He is way out in front, just continues to expend the lead. He's won at Le Mans. He's done just about everything in these types of cars. Once he gets out in front and the car stays whole, he's awfully hard to catch and get by. Especially now, after all the difficult time and all the work they've spent to get that car and get the Audis competitive, he's going to get it out there and make it difficult. Mercedes this year is relying pretty much on Bernd Schneider. They have not been able to really come up with a strong racing season, although Alesi did have a great weekend at Donington, the track he knows very well. He's in his first season of touring cars after a long career in Formula One, and as earlier noted, he admits that this course is not one that he got used to very quickly, and they've had difficulty getting the car set up for this race course. He's probably going to have a difficult time at the next one, although the next course is the Norrisring, a city course, a street course in the city of Nuremberg. It's a relatively simple course, but a very demanding course, especially if it's hot. Flat, couple turns, long straights. But right now, Lamenu and Bernd Schneider are the talk of the race. The two yellow Audis in the back. Christian Abt is right in front of Martin Tomczyk. Actually, when you look at the points race, Alesi and Ekstrom are second and third in the points, and they are back in the field here. Points are given for only the top 6 positions, so if Aiello is able to hold on to the lead, he'll certainly be able to pad his points lead in the championship. So we're getting ready for the pit stops. The teams have gotten very, very good at it. And today it's obviously going to mean a whole lot. If Aiello can get in quick and out quick, and Schneider can't get out any faster than he is, then Aiello will probably hang on here. Because obviously Schneider seems to have as quick a car, if not quicker than Menu, but he just can't get by him. It's a very difficult course to pass on. And Bernd Schneider has headed toward the pits. Bernd Schneider, your third place car, the defending champion, heading in for the 4-tire change. That means that Laurent Aiello probably will jump in right after this one. The car's coming in. Bernd Schneider is in. He got hit for going too fast in the pits at Donington a couple of times, costing the race. He'll be more than careful here. In fact, they set the limiter a little lower so it won't take any chance of running over the speed limit. Here he comes. So Bernd Schneider is back out, but he's back in the pack just a little bit. The question is going to be, where is he in relationship, of course, to Laurent Aiello, and Aiello is going to have to pit here very, very shortly. The question is going to be, when can he get in to do it? There's Menu. He is running in second right now. Schneider dropped all the way back to 15th position in the pit stop. Here you get a different view of a tire change. You're right in there. Very good pit stop as Marcel Fesler gets his changed. Schneider's time was 6.6 seconds, 6.98 seconds. So now it's going to be up to Laurent Aiello to come in. Here he is. The Audi team goes to work. The 4-tire change. It's going to be just a little bit longer, but he's in and out. Now let's see where he is when he comes out. If he comes out ahead of Schneider, he will have held on to the lead. This is an interesting way to get down to the track. Comes right outside the high groove into the first corner. The rest of the team going to work, and Aiello's pit stop has kept him ahead of Schneider. Aiello, when all the pit stops are done, should probably take over the lead again. But there's your new leader, Jochen Winkelhock. Been a long time since Jochen has been out in front, working on developing the Opel and overcoming what's some of the worst series of bad luck you could imagine for anybody. But Jochen Winkelhock, for the first time in over a year and a half, is out in front in the German Touring Car Master. Take for granted he is going to have to pit, and when he does, the lead will change again. And it looks like it will probably be Aiello moving back into the lead if Winkelhock is able to come in the pits here, because the car running in the second position, car number 15 of Michel Bartels, is going to have to pit, and when he pits, that will mean that it looks like, if we're looking at the score sheet right, it would be Aiello moving up into position. There is Bernd Schneider going by the rest of the field as the rest of the teams continue to pit. Martin Tomczyk coming out. And Tomczyk goes off. And so is Alesi got problems. Something happened when Martin Tomczyk came out of the pits. Here he comes. Let's see what happened. He came out, he cut the corner very tight. Oh, and he ran right into Jean Alesi.
I start from the back, and obviously when you're in the middle of some cars it's more difficult, and I did not a good weekend.
And it certainly didn't end any way that he wanted it to end. And Manuel Reuter is having problems in the Opel. Car running very, very slowly, headed toward the pits if he can make it there. So Reuter, who had had that one glorious moment when he was on the pole, then, and that was at Donington, but then after that, things have been very difficult for him. Jochen Winkelhock, a man that wants to come back and certainly improve on what has happened over the season so far, comes back out, and we'll be able to sort the cars out now as we take a look at where everybody is. There you can see they're going to pull in Jean Alesi's car. There goes Winkelhock. Pit stops are now just about over with. Unofficially, Winkelhock has moved back into about 5th position. Oh, look at this. Bernd Schneider going inside and gets by. He gets by Menu. There goes Manuel Reuter. So whatever happened to him, reports are it's a tire.
Yeah, I got suddenly a tire explosion right front on the second quickest corner here at the Sachsenring, and I was really lucky that I hit not the barrier on the wall, but the car is really badly damaged, especially on the right side. The completely floor has damaged, the splitter, also the exhaust, so it makes no sense to carry on with a damaged car.
Another disappointing day for him, but a great day so far for Jochen Winkelhock. He continues to roll here and move forward. Winkelhock has just been a terror in his Opel. You can just kind of see what's going on in his mind. I'm going to make up for what's been a difficult year and a half. I'm back. And he certainly is showing it, running in 5th position right now. Bernd Mailander has not pitted. That B, incidentally, is the German word for box, which is the word for pits. So that's showing you which cars have been into the box or into the pits. And there is the Reuter car being pushed back into the garage. And there's the man that has been dominating the day, Laurent Aiello. He brought them back at the tail end of last season, and now he's out in front, and there's your second place car, Bernd Schneider. Now we're going to see two of the veterans of touring cars doing battle. Granted, there is a space difference here. But the question is going to be, how can Aiello control the race? And the key on this racetrack is to conserve your tires. And it's that right front tire that has all the problems because there are so many left-hand turns. And you're looking at Marcel Fessler trying to move up in the field. But the real key now for Aiello, of course, is to keep track of where Bernd Schneider is and also see if he can preserve tire wear. Last year, a lot of cars had tire problems right at the end of the race. In fact, in the first race 2 years ago, Klaus Ludwig won the race, crossed the finish line, and got a flat tire. That's how tight it was for him. Olivier, who was involved in that bumping incident earlier, has his change as he comes out. He's also one of those looking to kind of turn his season around. He had a 13th at Hockenheim in the main race, didn't start the feature at Zolder, and didn't finish the one in Donington, so he certainly would like to improve. Alain Menu, who has had a great day so far. He had a 9th at Hockenheim, 14th at Zolder, finished 8th at Donington when he had a chance to finish higher except for some problems in the pits. And now he has an opportunity to do extremely well here at the Sachsenring. Menu is one of those drivers who has been sort of pushed into the background because of all the other problems that the Opels have had, and yet he's probably one of the most experienced drivers in the field. He knows how to handle the car, and as you can see, he's got the car into the top 5. And he's doing it for the Europe team, the Opel Euro team. And what a great day it is for them. So Menu looking to see if he can make up for what's been a very, very difficult time developing the Opel, coming back to finish in the podium, which would be the first time for Opel in over a year, well over a year. Way back in 2000, they had a driver on the podium. That's how difficult last year was and how the rebuilding has gone this year. So the Opel fans are hoping that Alain Menu can finish third, the best finish, quite frankly, the best finish yet for Opel in the new cars. The Audi team probably going back over that incident with Alesi and Tomczyk. So the field has pretty much sorted itself out after the pit stops. Aiello is in front. Bernd Schneider is running in second position. Menu is running in third at this time. And Winkelhock is in the fourth position. That was Bernd Mailander going into the pits there for a moment. And running right now in the fifth position as Bernd Mailander comes in is Marcel Fessler. So Fessler is also trying to pick up his season. He did not finish at Hockenheim, 9th at Zolder, a 6th at Donington. A lot of drivers hoping to get better quickly here to make amends for what's been a difficult start for some of them. Meanwhile, this is the man that's in the chase. Usually everyone has been chasing him. This time he's chasing this man, Laurent Aiello. Two very experienced drivers, very calculating. Aiello has kept the distance. As soon as Bernd Schneider puts in a good lap and moves up a little bit, Aiello picks up the pace and spreads it out. There is a difference right now. You can see the two cars at the same time. The rest of the field is continuing to sort itself out. Menu holds on to that third place with Winkelhock right behind him. And look at Marcel Fessler in that black Mercedes with the green mirrors. He's pulling right up behind him. Timo Scheider is right there behind Fessler. An interesting point there. Scheider Timo Scheider has finished in the top 5 in every one of the... In fact, he's the only driver that's finished in the top 5 of all the feature races so far this season. Right now, he's running out of the top 5. Alain Menu at work here at the Sachsenring. The Menu right there in the yellow and blue Opel ahead of another Opel of Jochen Winkelhock and the Mercedes of Marcel Fessler. That's where the battle is right now. The question is two-phase. Can Menu hang on so that Opel, he brings Opel their best finish since the year 2000? Or I guess you could say, is Bernd Schneider going to be able to close in on Laurent Aiello? That's a difficult task. This one here is going to be a bigger battle. Is Winkelhock going to try to pass Menu, or is he going to say, hey, we want to make sure Opel does well, and I'm going to kind of sit right behind him and see if I can hold off the Mercedes? Although Winkelhock is looking certainly to improve on what's been a dismal year for him. Here's that incident again. Tomczyk comes out and right into Jean Alesi. Martin Tomczyk has not finished any of the feature races so far. He has qualified well. He won a qualifying race. He finishes the qualifying races extremely well, but he has not finished a feature race yet this year. A lot of learning experience there. A lot of patience with the Audi folks. Here comes Winkelhock. Look at Fessler. Fessler's moving up and keeping the pressure on. On this track, because it is so difficult to pass, you keep the pressure on and hope the driver ahead of you makes a mistake and you can get by him. But this trio is really working at it. Look at Fessler. He is putting the pressure on Winkelhock, and Winkelhock wants to go by Menu. This is some tight business here. Timo Scheider is holding back a little bit. He is not in this three-car battle as yet. Here they go. This one hasn't stopped. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place battles going on right here. Incidentally, that Audi that's in the end of that pack is right there, that blue one. That's Ekstrom. So the Alesi and Ekstrom are out of the points right now. And they were running second and third in the points race, which means if Aiello can finish in front, picks up big ground in the points championship. Marcel Fessler continues to work on Jochen Winkelhock. Heading once again down to the lower section before this capacity crowd of 59,000. Fessler, 25 years old, from Switzerland, looking to make a name for himself in the touring car field. His fans in Switzerland hope that maybe even may someday get a shot at the Formula One. Right now, he's concentrating everything he has on the German Touring Car Masters. Bernd Schneider. And there is the Mercedes crew. Can he catch up? That's the big one. Here comes Fessler working on Winkelhock. Winkelhock holds the line. Fessler's way outside. He's going to have to tuck in behind. To say something else, in this very, very tight battle, Fessler's been keeping it very clean. They have not bumped. He has not tried to do any sort of tactic like that to get by. Right now, he's just keeping the pressure on, looking for Winkelhock to make the mistake. Menu continues to roll in third place. And there's the view right there for Marcel Fessler. Winkelhock ahead of him. Menu ahead of him. You get a good view of the course here at the Sachsenring. Two major races a year on this track. This one here, and then the World Championship motorcycle event. Motorcycle is extremely popular here in this area of Germany. Right now, the German Touring Car Master seems to be gaining ground on the motorcycles as far as popularity is concerned. Norbert Haug from Mercedes. There's Bernd Schneider behind Aiello. He's closing in just a little bit. Or is Aiello just playing fox with him a little bit? Playing cat and mouse. preserving his tires. That's the key here. So far, we have not seen the tire problem we saw last year. Fessler again tucks in. Winkelhock continues to hold him off as they head down the hill. It's been going on now for a number of laps. And Fessler just won't let up. And an Audi's gone off. But the battle continues. Here comes Fessler again. Where can he make the move? That's the question. There just is not a lot of space to do it here. That's one of them, but he couldn't get inside or outside. And there goes the Audi off. Christian Knapp, the boss, has his share of problems here. Oh, look at that. Winkelhock has a little breathing room. Fessler is backed off a little bit. And this stays about the same, around 3.5 seconds here, between Aiello and Bernd Schneider. That's the battle for first and second place. Schneider looking for his first victory of the season. Also hoping to keep the Mercedes flag high after a lazy one in Donington. Here he goes again. Oh, he got inside, and there was the mistake. There was the mistake. Jochen Winkelhock made the mistake at the braking point. Fessler's inside. Now, can he catch up to Menu? Only a couple laps to go, though. It's going to be very, very difficult. Here's Fessler. He cuts inside. That was the mistake right there, the braking point by Winkelhock, and Fessler is by. Great move. Patience paid off. So it looks like Fessler is going to have one of his best finishes yet, if he can hold on to at least the fourth place. But it looks like he wants to move up another one if he can. Right now, for the first time this season, we have all three makes in the top three. We're in the last lap. The Audi, Laurent Aiello in front. The Mercedes of Bernd Schneider running in second place. And Alain Menu in the Opel running in third. But he is being pushed by Marcel Fessler, the young Swiss driver. Wants to see if he can move up. Here he comes. He's going inside. He won't make it here. Menu holds on to the line. Not enough room. He continues to roll. Is he going to be able to do it this time? We're in the last lap. He's got to do something if he wants to move in and move up a slot. This is going to be very difficult. There's a lot on the line for Opel and Alain Menu. He's going to make that car as wide as he possibly can. Opel needs to get on the podium. The first three get to enjoy the champagne. There's number one, Laurent Aiello. Bernd Schneider won't catch him. There's the Audi team. Aiello just has to bring it home. He's got the uphill segment toward the start-finish line, and it's all over. So Laurent Aiello controlled the qualifying race, controlled the major race, and has won here at the Sachsenring. Bernd Schneider finishes second. It's a very happy crew. And there's the crew from Opel.
In the long run, I was fighting, but really, we had a bit too much understeer with the car. But I'm very pleased for myself, for sure, for the team and for Opel. I think we deserve a good result because we've been competitive all the time, but we've had some bad luck. So at last today, I think the wind changed and got a good result.
And there are your top three cars. The drivers get ready for the champagne celebration. There is Bernd Schneider. And there's your winner. Laurent Aiello picks up the victory, 10 points toward the championship. Marcel Fessler fourth, Winkelhock his best finish in fifth. Timo Scheider out of the top five for the first time this season. Ekstrom behind him. And there's the remainder of the field here at the Sachsenring in the fourth race weekend in the German Touring Car Masters. And of course the fans are here to celebrate as the drivers go into the traditional champagne shower. But the driver who has to look back on this very fondly and feel much better as the race season goes on has to be Bernd Schneider, finishing second.
I'm quite happy with the result because on Friday the break to start not very good for us. It was we could not do the pace, but my team improved quite a lot the setup. And on Friday's qualifying we have finished third, and it was quite good result for the race.
And then taking a look at the point system, look at this. Aiello picks up those 10 points and now leads by 21 points over Jean Alesi and Matthias Ekstrom, who neither one have picked up points. Schneider is now moved into fourth with 14. So the man from France, the man who has helped Audi come back from a very difficult year to now be a contender for the championship.
I couldn't expect much better weekend. I mean, good qualifying. The car was good all the way through the weekend. It was a matter of being sure that we will be able to finish the race because of the tires. Here it's quite hard for the tires, and it was a question of to find the right setup for the tires, you know. And my team did it well, and now we've got the result. I'm very happy.
And that does it for our coverage of the German Touring Car Masters at the Sachsenring. The next stop on the tour, the city course in Nuremberg, the Norris Ring. This is Milt Fitzwater reporting. We'll see you at the Norris Ring.